So on January 12th, we have celebrated the 4th birthday of the RTX 3060 12GB, and for some reason I thought it's older. But yeah, with this thing being 2 architectures old at this point, it is still being sold brand new for almost the same price like it was 4 years ago. Ain't no way it is still that good, right? Well, that's what we will figure out in this video. And starting off with Call of Duty Warzone, I just gotta say, either this GPU is like super confident of itself with like plus 999 aura points collected somewhere along the way, or the game has been misled by the 12GB of VRAM, because apparently the recommended graphics preset for this GPU is like 1440p extreme. So let's see how it goes, because maybe I'm too skeptical. And you know what? 1440p extreme with DLSS unbalanced is a no problem for this card, because we got these amazing benchmark results, and on 1080p they got even better. Okay, but CS kinda disappointed me, because on 1440p medium we have managed to push only 260 FPS on average and 350 on 1080p. And I'm saying disappointed not because the game felt bad or anything, but just because on the exactly the same test system, an RX 6750 XT got over 400 on 1080p and around 380 on 1440p. But at least I wasn't disappointed in my gameplay though. So after CS going into Stalker 2, I didn't really know what kind of performance to expect from this thing anymore, so I started off on 1080p low, and thank goodness I did, because yeah, as you can see on DSR put on ultra quality, the GPU can't even hit 60 FPS, and it only got worse on 1440p low. So what I did next was enable DLSS on quality, and okay, the game finally started running around 60 FPS on 1440p and around 70 FPS on 1080p. On Forza 5, I ran the test on 1440p high, and after getting these quite high numbers, I was like, we ain't playing games here, and went straight to 1440p extreme. And as long as Forza gets over 60 FPS, I'm actually quite happy, because it really felt smooth, and on 1080p extreme, it felt even smoother. On Cyberpunk, I came in confident in having high FPS, especially with DLSS, and yeah, on 1440p Ultra with no ray tracing, we did not hit 60 FPS. Although on 1080p we did, so at least there's that. Next, I tried ray tracing on Ultra, and we didn't hit 60 FPS even on 1080p with DLSS set on quality, but it doesn't mean that the game was unplayable or something. I just sometimes don't really get why people are so hyped about ray tracing, or like why they choose, for example, Nvidia cards just for ray tracing, because visually, at least for me, it's well, at least in my opinion. Okay, on 1440p, the FPS dropped even further to 34, and even the DLSS on performance mode didn't even manage to save the frame rate, but made the game look genuinely bad though. So yeah, I'll enjoy my Cyberpunk without ray tracing on the 3060. Thanks. Apex, GTA 5 and Siege, all on ultra settings, were pretty uneventful. They just ran great both on 1080p and even 1440p, so here are the numbers rolling on the screen. Yeah, Messenger just confirmed that. And just like I thought that Valorant is going to be also uneventful, actually it was quite far from it. First of all, I have won the deathmatch.
Oh! Oh my god!
No joke, it was my first time winning a Valorant deathmatch. Anyways, I got slightly disappointed in the fact that I know very well that this Ryzen is capable of pushing 600 FPS here, but what happened is that we got 315 FPS on 1440p highest settings and 470 on 1080p highest settings. This definitely doesn't mean that the game felt bad or anything, I just literally managed to get the win here, but I'm just trying to make a point that I was expecting a slightly smaller GPU bottleneck here, that's it. In Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which is the newest game tested today, using 1440p and high settings preset, we have managed to score around 80 to 90 FPS in the hallways, 60 FPS in the cutscenes, and these benchmark results when I was in more open areas of Rome. So yeah, this GPU is performing great here. And yeah, this goes in line with the fact that I remember when this GPU initially came out and it was also regarded as like genuinely great value. Basically 1080 Ti performance for 300 bucks brand new. But let's see how it does in Tarkov though, cause that one just refuses to run well on most systems. And you know what? Apart from this dude just disappearing and this one major stutter, the game ran well both on 1440p high and 1080p high, although the FPS did not differ since, once again, the limiting factor in Tarkov is almost always the CPU. It is genuinely crazy to me how this game manages to look so trash and consume 30 gigabytes of RAM and all of the 12 gigabytes of video memory at the same time. That's just like beyond my understanding. On Marvel Rivals you can play on almost all settings smoothly, but I'd suggest to avoid 1440p high because in intense battle moments the FPS drops below 60. Although on 1080p high I did not encounter any frame rate dips like that. So for 1440p gamers I'd stick to 1440p low. On Wukong we didn't manage to hit 60 FPS on 1440p high even with DLSS resolution set at a very nice 69% unfortunately, so we had to drop the settings to medium to go over 60. Although on 1080p medium and the same 69% DLSS resolution, the frame rate was well above 60, which is nice. 3D Mark concluded the score really well here. It was good. And that's all I'm going to say. And Fortnite was genuinely mind-blowing on medium settings and DLSS unbalanced. Cause look, 1440p we got around 180 FPS and on 1080p we got over 200 FPS. That's crazy. So, is the 3060 outdated? No. I'd say no, it's not outdated. And to everyone who has bought the card 4 years ago for around 320, I genuinely congratulate you, since your GPU only depreciated by 100 bucks or less in 4 years, which is genuinely unheard of. And it still takes on everything you throw at it, even if sometimes it's carried by DLSS in modern AAA titles. Although at the same time, I don't really understand why it is still being sold brand new for 280 to 290 euros. I mean, if it was 200 or something, I'd genuinely scream from the top of my lungs saying that, oh my god, this is the best sub 200 euro graphics card ever. But the moment ARC B580 becomes widely available for 250, this graphics card's glory days are over. I've said it. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Cheap bastard out.